Hello. Last video I left you wondering. I spent 10 minutes explaining that the guarantee you're waiting for is never going to come and that nobody sells it, and then I basically said, okay, see you next time. Which, if you're like me, you might have said, great, thanks, very helpful, Ami. So let me come back and answer the actual question I was posing. If you are not navigating by a map, and you've stopped waiting around for a guarantee that isn't coming anyway, what are you navigating by? Or what can you navigate by? Well, you've got 3 things that you can steer with. And here's the good news. You already own all 3 of them. So there's nothing to buy, nothing to download. Let's say they came with the standard model of you. The first one is your values. Watch what happens when you swap the question. The old question was, what's guaranteed to work? And that has no answer. You can ask it for a decade, forever, and it's just going to sit there, kind of blinking back at you. No answer. The new question is, what matters to me here? And does this move me toward what matters to me or away from it? Toward or away? That one you can answer. You can answer it today, in the moment, with all the stuff that you already know about yourself. Say you're trying to decide on leaving your steady job or your current job to pursue something you have dreamed about. Will it work out? No idea. Nobody has that answer, including people who sound very sure. Do this, it'll be great. But does staying in your current job move you toward who you're wanting to become, or toward your goals, or does it just move you away from discomfort? Does it feel safer only because it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't? Does leaving your current steady job move you forward, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it doesn't work out the way you hoped or the way you wanted it to? Those you can answer in the moment, right now. And an answer you can act on beats a guarantee you're never going to get. So that's the first one that you can navigate with, values. When the map of guarantees doesn't exist, because it doesn't, you point yourself toward what matters to you and you take a step in that direction. Which brings us to the second thing you can navigate by. The next step. Not the whole staircase, not the whole journey, not the whole path, just the next step. And this is where a lot of us get stuck, because our mind wants the entire plan before it wants to move a muscle. It wants to see the finish from the starting line. And life does not let you do that. I think about it like leaving my driveway with directions running with my GPS. It doesn't hand me every turn for where I'm going before I even leave the driveway. I mean, sure, I can scroll the thing and see, but it just says go 1.4 miles and turn right. And I turn right, and then it tells me the next thing, go 2 miles and turn left. Just like life. You don't need the whole map before you can begin. You just need to know enough to take the next step. So take whatever decision you've been trying to make and ask, what's my next step that's available to me? Thinking about a career change? Well, maybe the next step is updating your resume. Maybe it's one search to see what's even out there. If you've been avoiding a hard conversation, maybe the next step isn't having the whole conversation today. Maybe it's just deciding what you would want to say, how you might want to say it, mapping it out in your head. Maybe you can't figure out what's for dinner. Let's go with something lighter. I know, bold suggestion. How about one step? Open the refrigerator. Next step, look inside. Next step, see what the options are. Ooh. And on the days when even the next step might feel like too much, and there will be those days, you shrink it. I call it doing 10%. Open the email and read it. Don't reply. Don't try to write anything. Or maybe write one sentence and then leave the rest for tomorrow. Look at the dating site But you don't have to swipe right. You don't have to, do a whole profile yet, or do a job search and then shut the computer. You don't have to apply for anything. Your mind wants to see an ending, because knowing how it turns out would slam the door of uncertainty shut. But that's not realistic. We are always in a state of uncertainty, and much of what we do not know and cannot know, how things are going to turn out, really doesn't matter. Unless you want to be a fortune teller. And if you figure that out, let me know. We can make a lot of money. Yeah. Anyway, your nervous system just needs something small enough that it can check a box and say, done. You did a thing. Uncertainty door closed. Think of an inchworm. It never tries to walk the whole branch at once. It does one little scrunch, and then it regroups, and then one little scrunch, and then it regroups. And the inchworm doesn't get embarrassed about this one step at a time, and it doesn't criticize itself or say it's behind. Boy, that's the buzzword nowadays. You're not behind. Anyway, the inchworm is thriving. So give yourself the small thing, the 10%. Small counts. Small is how the whole branch eventually gets crossed. Rome wasn't built in a day, brick by brick, my citizens, brick by brick, right? Okay, so 1, navigate by your values. What matters most? 2, identify just one next step. Those 2 were the plan, but there's a third thing to navigate by, and to me, it's the strongest of the 3. Faith and trust in yourself. I guess that's 2 things. Now stay with me, because I don't mean in the fluffy woo-woo way. I'm not telling you to believe in yourself and clap and manifest a parking spot. That's great too, but I mean something you can really check. Something with evidence. You know I love scientific evidence. Look at your track record. Every difficult thing that has ever happened in your life, every single one, you navigated it without a map. You did not know how the divorce was going to end up. You just took the steps. You didn't have the instructions for navigating the loss. You didn't have instructions for some diagnosis you got on your health, a move that you had to make, a job that got cut from you, the whole year of your life that fell apart. Nobody was handing you a map or routing it out how you were going to navigate that. And here you are, watching this video, still breathing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it was all lovely. It wasn't. Some of it was awful, excruciatingly painful. Some of it you would never sign up to repeat. There were nights you were sure you couldn't get through the thing, and then morning came and somehow you were getting through the thing. Maybe not even gracefully, not even close sometimes, necessarily, but you did it. You have gotten through 100% of every day you've been here. And that's not some positive pep talk. That's a fact. If you're watching this video, that's a fact. That is your history. It's on the record. So when your nervous system leans over and whispers, but you don't know how this one's going to turn out, you get to lean back and go, same as every other time. Didn't have a map for then either. Figured it out on the way. We have a system for this. We've done it our whole life. That is what faith in yourself actually is. Not certainty about what's ahead. Nobody knows. Trust in the one who's going to be handling it. And that person, frankly, has an excellent survival rate. So, there they are, the 3 things you use to navigate life without a map. What matters to you, your values. The next step you can actually take, breaking it down into steps, the 10%. And the quiet, well-earned trust that you have navigated every single thing life has thrown at you so far, and you'll navigate the next one too. So there's really nothing to even worry about. Whatever comes your way, you'll deal with it. You'll figure it out. Notice none of those needed any kind of guarantee. Not one. They all work in the dark. They work while you're scared. They work when you still can't see the end of the road. Just give it a try. For this week, catch yourself when you're frozen, waiting to know what for sure is at the end of the road or on the other side of making a decision, and pause. Ask, what matters to me here? Ask what the next small step I can take is. And then remind yourself who you're dealing with, which is someone with a long, proven history, evidence, fact of getting through whatever has come your way. And if you take a step and it turns out to be the wrong turn, nothing is ruined. You just recalculate, and go again from where you are. No shame in it. Machines do it without a glitch. No self-criticism, no falling apart, no panic, no shame. Just recalculate, turn around, start again, pick a different path. You really have more certainty than you think, if you think about it. You are definitely certain that I don't know how it will turn out. I do know that I will manage whatever comes my way. And until then, I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm just going to take steps in the direction of my dreams. Let me know in the comments how this landed for you, or didn't land. I love you. Take care of yourself. And as always, I am sending you peace and light.